like to call this special meeting of the Governing Board for Sun City West to order. If you will and you can, would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We do have a quorum. We have 6 directors up here, and we have 2 on phone. That means we have 8. And the reason for the special meeting is to fill the vacancy of the 9th director. Under bylaw 4.17, a vacancy on the governing board may be filled by an affirmative vote of the majority of the remaining governing board directors. And that's what we're going to accomplish today. We've had several people step up and want to be considered for running for the board. It's my opinion that because this is a 1-year term, that someone that already has board experience would be helpful, because as the directors can attest, the first year you're pretty much just trying to find your way around bylaws and policies and that sort of thing. So I have interviewed several people, and there's one lady in particular that I would like the board to consider, and her name is Kay Williams. And I'd like to ask Kay to come up and just give a few words so that the directors who don't know her as well as I do will have a chance to understand what she's all about.
Good morning.
Morning.
I guess I represent institutional history. We've been a resident of Sun City West for 18 years. And when we started here, like everybody else, we wanted to get involved in everything all at once and do everything all at once. And we gave it a good try. My first exposure to doing anything with the governing board was one of the directors was selected to be the chair of what was then the HR Personnel Committee. And he and his wife went through the yellow pages to find people with HR experience. The next 5 years I spent on the HR committee. After that, I've served on a variety of committees and special committees over the years. I was on the committee that would, from the very beginning and the twinkle in our eye, to redo the R.H. Johnson Pool. Worked on that project for 3 years, and when it opened, we felt like we had all just given birth. Was then recruited to be on the Properties Committee. I served on that 1 year, and then I ran for the governing board and was served on the governing board from 2012 to 2015. Several special committees, probably the most recent one that we'll take claim to, I was one of the people chosen to select our new general manager, and I was on the task force that did the screening when Mr. Schwind was hired. That was another unique experience. So I come to you with a lot of experience and energy, and I don't have pet agendas. I don't currently belong to only one charter club, and that doesn't get involved much with this board. But I really care about what happens to the future with Sun City West, and that's why I'm interested in serving. Thank you.
Thank you, Kay. Do the directors have any questions for Kay that she might be able to answer? Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to nominate Kay?
I'd like to make the motion to nominate Kay Williams to fulfill the 1-year term.
Okay, thank you. We have a second?
I'll second.
Second,
Right, this is Ann.
Okay, thank you. We do have 2 directors on the phone. I think we're going to go to them first for a roll call. Ann, do you vote yes or no?
I vote yes. Thank you, Tim.
All right, thank you. Harry, are you on the phone?
Yes, I am.
What do you vote, Harry?
I vote yes.
Okay. Sharon?
Yes.
Dick?
I vote yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Roberta?
Yes.
Okay, it's a unanimous vote. Kay Williams will fill the 1-year vacancy on the governing board. That'll bring us up to 9 directors. Kay, would you like to come up, and we will take care of swearing you in, and then if you have a minute, you can come back and fill out the paperwork that we have in the office. I'm just going to stay here. right, Kay, would you repeat after me, please? I do
I-
solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will fulfill the duties and responsibilities of a director of the Recreation Centers at Sun City West, Inc.
that I will fulfill the duties and responsibilities of a director of the Recreation Centers of Sun City West, Inc.
That's usually just referred to as the association.
It's usually referred to as the association.
And to the best of my abilities,
And to the best of my abilities,
that I have read and will abide by the association bylaws and governing board policies.
that I have read and will abide by the association bylaws and governing board policies.
And with all requirements contained in policy statement L2,
And with all requirements contained in policy statement L2,
entitled Conflicts of Interest, and policy L10 entitled Confidentiality Agreement.
entitled Conflict of Interest, and policy statement L10 entitled Confidentiality Agreement.
You are now a director. Congratulations. Welcome, Kay.
Thank you. I look forward to working with all of you.
Okay, the only other item that was on the agenda for this special meeting has been removed. And what it was a facts and finding to cover the cost of the excess budgeted cost for grass seed to overseed our golf courses. Facts and findings are done when a capital budget like this, or a capital item like this, exceeds $50,000. The general manager has authority to approve things up to $50,000. The original cost of the additional seed was going to be roughly $160,000, which would have necessitated a facts and finding. Getting the final cost for what the seed was, it was considerably less than that, and it falls below the threshold for a facts and finding. It can be covered by the general manager's authority itself. So that's why that item has been removed. So that concludes the agenda items now, and I'm just going to ask if any of the directors have any comments. Roberta? Jack? Dick? No. Ann, do you have any comments?
No, I don't, Tim. Good meeting.
All right, Harry, do you have any comments?
No comments.
All right, we will open it up to guest comments, and you will have a 2-minute time limit to state your opinions or your comments. If you would come up to the microphone and give us your name and rec number.
My name is Christina Renfro, and I'm not sure what my rec number is because I left my card at home, but I have my husband's, and I can give you that, and it's either one number above or below.
Okay.
All right, it's 125-33, I'll say 1.
Okay.
Okay?
What's your comment?
Okay, my comment is, we have a number of friends, and we all go to the pool. And there's a lot of other individuals that are older than us and have a lot of issues. And they use the noodle to walk in the walking lane to get exercise because it gives them balance.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, one day they said, you can't have noodles anymore. And we're going, why? They said, well, a couple people complained about this. And we're going, but how many of us that didn't complain? So for 1 or 2 people, you're punishing everybody. And they go, yeah, you can't do that. So, and I don't walk in the pool. I mean, in that lane, I sit on the ledge and use it to hold my feet up. However, my husband walks, but he takes a noodle and holds it under his arms like this, and he floats along the ledge. And a couple of times people have come out and give him the naughty finger. And, we're wondering, why was a rule like that put in place when nobody had a chance to vote on it? And I mean, this is a place for us all to go and have fun. And recently, some people have been having a little tiny ball and throw it around the pool and having fun with it. I mean, what else do we have left? And a lady went up and started complaining at the desk that they're throwing a ball in the pool. Well, come on. If you don't like it, leave or something. But that's my protest, I guess you'd say, is that why were we not able to vote on the fact about the noodle? Now, they did say you can have a little noodle this big. That does nothing And one lady that I know has real trouble walking, and she uses that noodle, she straddles it, and it gives her balance. And I can understand the big blow-up noodle, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, Christina.
Okay, sorry.
All right,
Anyway, that's it.
any other comments? Yes. Go up to the microphone, please.
My name is Terry Lynn Murphy. My member number is 133134. As a way of introduction, my parents bought a house here in 1988. When they passed away, I bought their house and I moved here in December of 2019, just before COVID. As of last week, I retired as a corporate executive for a technology firm in which I served on the board of directors and also on the COVID committee. I was less than impressed on how COVID was handled here, but I certainly understand that we all didn't know what we were doing, and we were learning as we went along. Today, I'm here because I'm getting very concerned about how decisions are made here, who makes them, who enforces them, and how do we know when things change? And maybe it's because I haven't been very active in the community until now because I was working. But it seems to me that these decisions are made with no input from the residents. And that's a huge concern for me since this is our community. I'd like to know if you can help me understand how these decisions are made, how rules are made, how closures are made. We have the Beersley situation that I don't think I need to reiterate on. I'm getting concerned that the residents aren't involved in these decisions that are being made. And I'd like to understand the process. Thank you.
Okay. Let me just say one thing about comments, and that is Robert's Rule of Order does not allow us to start a new discussion based on comments. But if you would be glad to come up afterwards, I'll explain how decisions are made, how the board sets policies, the general manager and his staff administer that policy. I'd be glad to do that. And the general manager is here with us today. If you'd like to discuss these things with him too, I'm sure he'd be glad to discuss them with you afterwards.
Thank you.
Okay?
Good morning. My name's Don Schumann. My member number is 134912. I am Terry's other half. I'm not sure what half that is. Some days it's good. I have a serious concern about this Beardsley shutdown. I understand the excuse has been made, supply chain shortage, and we've all known about that for 2 years. I'm not going to go into how it should have been handled, but my background is project manager for a global company for over 20 years. It was not handled properly, and I think going forward during the supply chain shortage, I think we should make sure that we have all special materials in hand that are required, that we need before shutting a project down. This thing at Beardsley could have been done in less than a month had it been handled properly. Here we are. Yes, there's other facilities that we can use for fitness, and which is what we do. I just think going forward, before we do any more facility shutdowns, I think the materials need to be in hand before we go shutting things down that people can't use.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other comments? If you'd come on down, please.
My name is Andy Douglas. It's 137330. And I just have a little comment about the noodles in the pool, little ball and stuff like that. Nobody cares if the noodles are in the walking pool. And being punished by two people or one person that says we're offended by it or whatever, it's not right. And as far as the little ball goes, it's one of your balls. It's one of the ones they hand out to the kids. It weighs less than 1/10 of a gram. If somebody seriously thinks they're going to get hurt with a 1/10 of a gram of plastic beach ball, we have big problems around here. Everybody had fun. We've been out there. Everybody, I admit, I've been involved. But we've thrown everybody we've got involved in it has had fun with it. Everybody's smiling, they're having a good time. What do you move to Sun City for? Have a good time, you're retired. That's minuscule. I mean, it's a minor thing, and we shouldn't be, you know, put, you can't do this, you can't do that. Where's the fun? That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, if there are no other comments, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everybody, for coming.